What's good, everybody? Welcome to No Headline Podcast. Yeah, dog.
What's going on?
Dude, I'm burnt as fuck.
That's a great thing about being black. I never get burnt
at all.
No, bro, I've never been sunburned. Like I don't know what it feels like. I really want to get sunburned one time just so I can understand what it feels like.
Can black people get skin cancer?
I don't know, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a thing.
But almost every black person I've ever been around has never been sunburned. And I've been around some like super black motherfuckers too that have never been sunburned.
I know a dude from Ghana, and he's super black, but he still wears sunscreen. So I don't know what the
well, I don't know. Shit,
yeah.
I don't know.
That's what I'm trying to figure out if black people can get sunburned. That's yeah. I don't have my computer with me, so I can't. No, I think so. Yeah, like I think anybody can get melanoma, right? That's the disease.
So. Yeah,
that's skin cancer, right? That's where you get them all.
But yeah, but I don't remember. I don't know. Like, well, I could be naive, and I could just be pushing my luck, but I don't. I think we have like a lesser chance of getting it because of all the melanin in our skin. Don't quote me. Hey, low-key, I would too.
If that's what takes you out, I'm gonna be putting $100 on it now.
Yo, right? What are you drinking on it? Is that a Bud Light?
Bud Light Platinum, dude. Sponsored. No, we're not.
I mean, shit.
That's why you gotta make sure the label's always covered so that you know, one day when Bud Light wants to sponsor
man, fuck that. We're not up there yet. You can show that shit. I did that with the Red Bull can. I showed everybody that I was drinking Red Bull.
You can show it, but if you like blur it out, then them labels got to come out and they got to sponsor you. With the 5 viewers that we have,
we got 22.
22 on the last video.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, but no subscribers. Nobody subscribes.
Yeah, we got
Got 6, bro.
I would say 5 or 6.
We got 6, bro.
Hey, 6 is better than nothing. Okay.
Hell yeah.
And then on top of that, we had the whatchamacallit too. The Anchor was doing pretty well too.
Yeah. No, the Anchor one's doing trash now because I haven't been pushing it. I haven't been like pushing that ad. I've just been pushing the YouTube ad.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Come on, motherfucker.
Yeah. I'm just lazy, bro.
No. Yeah, I mean, I'm getting a little lazy too with my damn self. It's just I'm back to training again, so like my mind just went to like just the mundane thing of training every fucking day, and I just be forgetting what I'm doing sometimes. Everything just meshes together.
Yeah. Hey, so what were we talking about right now about the Confederate flag?
Oh, yeah. How they taking it off.
So what bases had the Confederate flag before we took them down?
If I remember correctly, don't quote me, but if I remember correctly, I know Fort Hood had one.
Hey, is Fort Hood, is that really named after the KKK?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, nigga.
No way.
Yes, bro. And then Fort Benning.
Is that facts?
That is definitely facts.
Is that big facts?
100% facts.
You can't lie on big facts. Is that Googleable?
Yeah, Google it.
Shit. I'm gonna take your word on it.
Yeah.
Who was the dude that was the first Grand Wizard that they said was part of the Confederate Army? That was was that Benning? General Benning? Was the first
no
the KKK?
That's in Georgia. That's Fort Benning, Georgia. But what the fuck is that dude's name? Matter of fact, hold on. I think I can be the saving grace.
Google it.
Yeah, I'm about to try to.
I just got a slow computer, man. You got the MacBook over there.
Yeah, but the Wi-Fi's be trash sometimes too.
It's for yeah. Did you Google it?
Yeah, it's
named after. I'm Googling it right now. What is it? Am
I
Googling?
There's 10 bases named after Confederate generals. Fort Hood is one of them. So that's why they carry the Confederate flag.
What's the general's name? Klansman Hood?
Hold on, I have to look at that.
What did he say?
He's saying that you said 10 bases named after.
There's 10 bases, yeah.
10 bases named after Confederate generals, and Fort Hood is one of them.
Yeah.
So
what's crazy?
Is the hood just resemblant of the hood of The KKK.
Wait, what? Hold on, wait. You said
it.
You said is it reminiscent of the hood?
Of the hood of the KKK, and that's why we're all in the hood because we're all in the hood. You know what I'm saying?
Satan, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. No, but I know I know there's a lot of bases that are named after it, but I think that who said this shit? I think it's
10
Andrew
bases
Schultz,
named after.
Who made a very good point about this shit, about that.
You said what happened?
But why are they glorifying them motherfuckers? And basically, they're fucking terrorists.
Yeah. Hey, are you getting any feedback from my microphone? Are you hearing yourself at all?
No.
Okay, good. I was just making sure because I don't have my my headphones in today.
Are you? Oh, let's say, are you hearing?
No, I'm not. I was just making sure because the microphone's facing the computer. All right.
But anyway, back to what I was saying. But
we're looking at it right now.
Andrew Schultz said that he was looking it up and it was basically saying that
So Fort Hood is apparently they had a Confederate flag up, and one of the videos that we watched, I'm pretty sure the dude was making a joke. He was like, "Yo, Fort Hood," like that's kind of, and he put a KKK hood on, and was like, "This must be what they're talking about." So that's what we're trying to figure out right now, because that's like a super blatant statement that the KK. I mean, well, I could be wrong.
The KKK is blatant as fuck anyway. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I could be. I mean, because that's how I've read this before. That's how the police were started. Was like KKK members would arrest black people, and they were given badges of honor, and that's how the police came about. You ever heard that before?
Yeah, I remember reading something on that. That's something along those lines. But that shit is just crazy. It blows my mind, dude. Like how America is like the king of double standards, dog. Like we'll glorify like the Ku Klux Klan on the shit that they've done, or like a lot of basically because the Ku Klux Klan was a bunch of terrorists, bro, because they were trying to separate themselves from America, basically.
They was in there burning crosses in people's yards.
And but then we honor them, but then like
John Bell Hood.
John Bell Hood.
Okay, Fort Hood is named after John Bell Hood.
Confederate general made Texas his home.
Confederate general that made Texas his home.
And isn't the other one Benning?
Yeah, Fort Benning.
I know Benning.
Yeah, Fort Benning is that's a general from the Confederate Army.
The Confederate Army, right?
Yeah, Confederate Army. Yeah, I know that one.
Most of those bases that are in the South too are named after the Confederates. So
that's wild.
Yeah. It's crazy. Learn something new.
Yeah.
That shit is nuts. But which leads me to my point.
But Confederates, I mean, they were traitors though, right? They tried to sustain the Union, right? And the Union was.
They were trying to be traitors. Then they lost. So basically, we're glorifying these motherfuckers who lost. But then when it comes to any other race,
we give them participation trophies by naming bases after them.
But that's what I'm saying. But if it does any other race that is like any other race that's does anything that has like any kind of contribution for that, they don't give them no dap or nothing. They're like, no, y'all straight. You know what I'm saying? Like Martin Luther King got a street. But then motherfuckers got bases after
in Vegas that gets like shot up every year. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
But then I know in Michigan and Indiana, the Klan they march on the 4th of July parade, but they're in the way back.
You said they march on the 4th of July parade. Where do they do? Mm-hmm. Where do they do Juneteenth parades? Is that only in the South?
I believe so.
Which
is stupid as fuck because you guys they're like fucking traitors. They keep trying like.
Juneteenth. That's June 16th was the day that Black people became free. That's the day that the.
But it wasn't. But that's what I'm saying. It's stupid as fuck because
nobody was actually free. They had to go back to their slave masters to work.
Exactly. It's dumb as fuck.
Yeah, the 13th Amendment is trash. It's like super horribly written. Like, and then they would put
the whole thing is horribly written because basically all like 1 through 12. If you read it all, 1 through 12 goes to white people
only. Oh yeah, not even Native Americans. Yeah, Native Americans. I think black people had rights before Native Americans.
Which is stupid because
they're
on their land.
Take over somebody's country and then don't give them rights. Damn,
that's like you know what? It's like me going over to Great Britain and be like, I discovered this. I'm like, no, this has been here for a minute. No, I discovered this. Y'all out.
I want to start. I want to start going to conquer countries by myself. No army.
That's literally. But you
I'm
better
just
learn
gonna
how
go
to fight.
plant a flag and say this is mine. That's what Columbus.
You better learn how to fight then too. Make sure people come with you.
I'm gonna go do that everywhere. I'm gonna be like, yo, this is mine. This is now property of Satan only.
They're gonna be like, what? You heard me.
I'll just start building a statue of myself. I'll have one.
Yeah.
I'll have one sidekick, and then they'll like build statues.
I'll help you.
Oh, bet you be my sidekick for sure.
Yeah, I'll be your sidekick.
Nah, you don't gotta be my sidekick. You be my partner.
we'll have equal parts. No, hey, but then okay. So look, I think what they do the Native Americans cut off Christopher Columbus' head, and all they did was just dance. Me personally, if I was them, it should have been a little bit more than that. I mean, but then again, they did make a statement with that. Like it was more of a peaceful thing. But
well, the crazy thing is like Columbus wasn't even the first person to come to America, right? It was Amerigo Vespucci, and that's why it's called America.
Yeah, but there was a person before that. I can't remember who the fuck it was, but
yeah, I think it was a Viking. It was a Viking.
Yeah.
Before that. Yeah, like so many people came to America before, like
so many.
But Columbus.
Bro, but look, that's what I'm saying. Right? Yeah, like the Moors were here before. The Moors were here before. You got the Vikings. You got who else? There was another person. I literally just was reading this shit.
I don't like the term discovered. You know what I'm saying? Like how you discover some shit that's already there.
I discovered you, Satan. I discovered you, and nobody can tell me any different. But that's
like even A&R reps that discover talent. It's like, nah, bro, it was already there the whole time.
Yeah, but like, no offense to the white listeners or anything like that, but like, they are the most gangsters motherfuckers on the planet. Like I thought, because they literally have like perpetuated these fucking lies on people and made this whole story to where everybody universally believes it, but it's not true. Like
the Christian religion.
Like the motherfuckers are like,
yo,
okay, that's how they're trying to say that they're part of the original people, and like you can't be for one because you can't be out in the sun.
It's from Africa, right? Africa.
The original people.
The original people.
Well, I'm not going to say Africans. But I'm going to say dark-skinned people are the original people because nobody knows for certain where everyone came from. But everybody's talking about the creation story being like the beginning of life because of the Tigris and the Euphrates and like Eden. It was supposed to be in Africa or whatever. Okay. But there's other documentation saying otherwise because they're basically basing all that stuff off of the creation story in the Bible. But I think it's in the Nicene Creed. No. What is that shit? I can't remember, but I think it's in.
What is Nicene?
Oh, the Nicene Creed is where they had all the people. The Creed of Nicaea is when they had basically where Our Father's Prayer came from and stuff. And
there was something I was gonna say about white people. Oh yeah,
it's like
people that are watching this podcast are gonna think we're hella anti-white. We're always talking shit about white people.
But it's not talking shit. This is facts. If somebody knew me for robbing people and shit like that.
Not a fact.
Oh, man.
If somebody knew me for like robbing, I'm like, hey, that motherfucker be robbing people and shit. But I'm like, no, I don't do that. But I literally just robbed you.
The craziest thing about white people is that they're the majority of the world, right? White people.
No, they're not.
No, I'm saying, all right. Well, white people are the majority of America, but sun kills them. The sun that gives the earth life.
Yes.
Kills white people.
Yes.
Yo, like how the fuck does that work, man? How are they conquering people and fucking sun kills them?
Because of diseases, bro. That's what their body carries diseases. Look, I'm all right. Quick history lesson.
Okay.
One, the reason why, like, if you look at some of those paintings and stuff of them back when they had the super pale faces and shit, is because they used to put powder on their face to hide the sores.
Oh yeah, because they didn't know how to bathe, right?
Yes, and then like when they would wear the big ass wigs and shit, that was because it would catch the flies and the bugs because they were fucking dirty. And then on top of that, when you get onto because they're the only race that really wiped out other races because of how dirty and how sick they were. Because Native Americans didn't have that shit. Them motherfuckers was chilling. All of a sudden, they came over there and mass genocide because of the disease.
SARS over?
That was man-made.
SARS was man-made?
Yeah.
I thought, so SARS, that was from the Pilgrims, right? The Pilgrims, like, put SARS on blankets, and then they fucking gave it to the Indians?
Blame it on China.
Some shit like that. Like
China, hell yeah.
Hey, look, everything's coming from China now. That's
so many.
Look, we're gonna get off of white people like the Chinese did it. It's y'all fault. I'm gonna be like Trump, like the China virus. The China virus.
China.
That's the China virus.
Yo, say what you want about Donald Trump, man. He's the funniest president. Between him and George Bush, those were like the two funniest fucking presidents to me. Like,
I still say George Bush is the GOAT because that motherfucker dodged the shoe.
Bro. Yo.
Hey, but you know how mad somebody has to be to throw a shoe at you, dog?
I want to see George.
Bro, not one, but both his shoes. He threw both of his shoes at him. You know how angry you have to be to throw your shoes at somebody?
Yeah. And you're not getting it back. And it looked like a nice
shoe. That's what I'm saying. In the middle of a press conference, my man literally was like, you know what? And threw the shoe. And threw two of them. But George Bush was a G, though. He was like, weave.
Yeah, weave. Damn, man. George Bush was the GOAT, man. Yo, George Bush made it into a J. Cole song, man. That's how you know George Bush is the GOAT.
Yep.
Damn, man.
Fool me. You can't fool me again. Face ass. But we had some good points and I just lost that shit.
Yeah, man, we always do this shit. We just start talking shit over one another and then we fucking just stop.
I wasn't talking over you.
No, you talking over me, bro. That's cool.
Look at the camera, bro.
Nah, man. What's it called? Hey, I was watching your boy Sean O'Malley's podcast a minute ago with Theo Von. He seems like a super nice guy, man. But I
told you he's super nice.
Yeah, he be fucking people up, bro. Yeah. I want to see him and Henry Cejudo. Yo, yeah, I want to see him and Henry Cejudo fight. So wait, so Henry, because you boxed at Henry Cejudo's gym before, right? And Sean O'Malley's gym, but now you just straight up at the lab, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're like, how many minutes away from, like, how many minutes away are those two gyms away from each other?
Like 30 minutes, 30, 40 minutes.
Okay, so I was watching a Michael J. White interview the other day, and he was talking about he'll pull up at somebody's gym.
Yeah.
So Sean O'Malley made comments about Henry Cejudo's girl, right? Yeah. Why ain't Henry Cejudo just pull up? Yo, fuck a retirement. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you talking
Henry's
shit on the internet?
Bitch.
Yo, just fucking pull the fuck up.
Well, by street standards, Henry's a bitch. But by professional standards, Henry don't give a fuck because he feels like he's above it.
He's a terrible trash talker. But he fucking I don't know, he just seems fake as fuck. Like
look, so during his little UFC reign, Henry.
I don't want to be fucking up your bag, man. So don't say nothing you regret.
I don't give a fuck. I'm fine. Because right now, as long as you can fight, you're good.
Okay.
But Henry, like he exploited something that made him, what he was gonna be, made him good and shit. But then on top of that, like he's not really a confrontational person. You know what I'm saying? But he does stupid shit that makes people want to punch him in the mouth. But then he'll just be like, but then he'll go back to his little entourage and shit. And because he's really selective about who he lets in the gym and who he lets train with him and all this other shit. O'Malley, he's just riding his wave right now. Like he's literally just riding his wave and just kind of like O'Malley's just trying to make his own way, make his own statements and stuff. But at the same time,
who do you think went between Sean and Cody?
Cody.
For real?
Yeah.
Bro, you see Cody's last knockout, man? That shit was crazy.
That little lips on his fucking face. The only reason why I say that, the only reason why I say Sean loses to Cody. People forget how good Cody actually was before he started fighting angry. And
Cody
then,
used to fight for Tiger Muay Thai, right?
Huh?
Did Cody used to fight for Tiger Muay Thai or no?
He's trained up there, but he doesn't fight there. He fights at Alpha Male. But now that he's more calculated and shit, he's a little bit more dangerous of a threat. Sean is good, but he does a lot of spinning shit and he's really wild. But sometimes he gets out of position. But the only reason why he might win is because technically he's damn near 6 foot. He's like my height, but he fights at 135. So he has crazy ass reach on these people. He's basically fighting little boys.
He's 6'5"?
No, I'm 6'1".
No, I said how tall is Sean O'Malley?
He's 6. No, he's 5'11".
Oh, I thought you said he was 6'5" for a second. I was like, get the fuck out of here at 125.
No, I said he's my 30. I said he's my height.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's fucking.
Yeah, but he's skinny as fuck though. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. That's the difference. That's the same thing with Connor. Connor, the reason why he was knocking out all them 45ers is because he's actually like thick as fuck. He's really like a 55, 70 guy. And he was cutting down to 45, knocking these little dudes out. These dudes are small. So the power difference is going to be drastically different. And then with O'Malley, is because the leverage, because of how tall he is, you generate more power at the end of your punch than with shorter guys. They have to wing him and they have to hook him this way. But O'Malley is coming straight at like an angle, and it's like a whip. And so when he hits these dudes, they're just stoned. Because those punches that he's hitting them with, they're not necessarily hard. They're not hard. He's just placing them
on point. Yeah, they're on point. Yeah, because that.
But I think Cody can take it though, because Cody will wrestle him if he has to.
I don't know. Sean was saying in this podcast I was just watching that wrestling ain't the move. His jiu-jitsu's on point.
Nigga.
Oh yeah, you right. You right. I forget you work with him. Yeah. But
it ain't gonna be like that.
Nah. You already have you trained with him yet or not? Are you
Sean?
Yet? Yeah.
Yeah, I sparred with him a couple times.
Okay.
He don't like going with me because I'm too big.
Yeah, I was just seeing him fight one of his. I guess he'd be on Twitch streams and shit. He was fighting.
Yeah, his Twitch followers. Yeah, I was at the gym when he did that. He did it again recently, but he didn't put it up.
What's it called? There was something I was gonna say.
Dude's gonna say that's your hairline gone.
Bro, I'm balding in the back, dude. I don't know if you can see it in the back, but I'm starting to thin right now. I just got my hair cut today, and I was looking at the back of my head, man. I'm starting to thin away in the back.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, look,
can you see it?
I got a spider just having a meeting on my shit. I look like Sideshow Bob up in this bitch.
Bro, you are Sideshow Bob for sure, for sure. You look like one of them Jamaican dudes with the bugs in their head. When's the last time you washed your hair?
I'm letting that go because you're gonna disrespect my gangster, bro. You disrespect. Hey, my coach was giving me shit about my hair and my earring. He was like, "Your mom know that you stole her earring?" I was like, "Shut up."
Who's your?
Niggas called me gay and shit, huh?
No, I was gonna ask who your coach was, but
John Crouch.
John Crouch. Okay.
That's like my head MMA coach, but my striking coach's name is Randy Stanky.
Randy what? Stanky? Like stanky leg?
No, Stanky, like a Stein and then
Stanky.
Yeah, Stanky.
Oh, Steiny. Oh, I thought you were saying Stanky. I was like, nah, like, bro, you just saying it in a different way than I'm fucking saying it.
No, it's Stein and then Key.
Yeah. All right. So how did you find this passion of yours of fighting?
How did I find it, nigga? Yeah. No, because y'all gonna make fun of me when I tell you this shit. It's not like, don't make fun of me.
Yeah.
You got a promise not to make fun of me, dog.
I'm not gonna make fun of you, and we only got 5 listeners, and they don't leave comments, so we're good.
All right. Well, anyway, look.
Leave a comment below, making fun of Will.
Fuck you. So this is how I got into fighting. No bullshit. This is the exact story how I got into fighting. So when I was little, Power Rangers was on, right?
Yeah.
And I used to love that shit. And I was in I think it was like a kindergartner or something, or first grade. And I saw this little 3rd grader bullying this little girl. He's like pushing her and trying to take her little her little shovel or whatever. And this was at Box Springs Elementary in Moreno Valley, California.
Good, man.
Okay. So I was sitting there and I see him pushing this girl. I had thick hair back then. I had this little afro as a little kid. So I walk up in there and I do this little morphin' time thing like a dumbass. I was like, because I remember this shit.
2000 shows still got your hand?
Bro, I ran over to the dude and I socked him in the chest like hard as fuck. I was like, "Bah!" He falls on the ground. I walk away. I thought he was gonna blow up and shit because that's what I saw in the cartoon. And I told the little girl, I was like, "It's okay. You can have your things. You can leave now." And she said thanks and ran off. So I was living my life. And all of a sudden, my head snaps back because this dude grabbed my afro and like snatched my head back. And I look up in the sky like, what the hell? And this big ass fist just came and just mashed my face in and just was like, Then the lady took me at like the little campus people or whatever, the teacher, she came, got me, and I had a black eye or whatever. So I go to my mom and I tell her like, I got no fight. And she's like, boy, you got no fight? It's like, crying and shit. She was like, you better whoop his ass tomorrow. So I ended up fighting the kid again, getting a one-on-one. And then I remember that feeling. So then fast forward, I started watching Muhammad Ali and Bruce Lee movies. Like I saw Chinese Connection first. And then
that's my favorite movie, bro. That's my favorite Bruce Lee movie right there, Chinese Connection. That was the first Bruce Lee movie I ever watched.
Same here. So then my mom, she started noticing that I was like watching a lot of fighting shit. So then my dad was in prison, but he sent me he sent me like a thing of Muhammad Ali. He was like, he told my mom to send her letters like watch Muhammad Ali. So I watched him. Then fast forward, I was like, as a kid, it just clicked in my head. I was like, I want to fight for the rest of my life. Like that's all I want to do. I just want to fight. I don't care about anything else. I just want to fight. I was going to be a boxer at first. But in high school, I got into another fight, and then that's how it just kind of steamrolled. Like I just been fighting for so long, like as a kid, and then this dude named Rob Housley found me. I knocked out this kid who was like an all-state wrestler. We had no fight. I knocked him out, and this dude named Rob Housley found me, and was like, "I'm gonna point you in the direction of these guys that are coming up. They were called the Shalaki brothers," and then it just kind of stuck. Like I just had this feeling that I just could not get away from every time I fought. Like I just got overly excited. Like me fighting. I would still fight the best people in the world if I never made a dime, just because I like fighting that much. Okay. I mean, I know the consequences from it. Like, I'm probably going to be brain dead, and I'm probably going to be like a dude that's going to be in a wheelchair. So I was a granite fighter at one point in time. You know what I'm saying? That's going to be me, but I've accepted that. But it's just something that I just couldn't get away from. And, like, I've always done it. Like, that's the only thing that's only been the only constant in my life is fighting. And it gave me a lot of confidence because, like, in high school, I was a little bitch. I started turning into a little bitch. And then once I started fighting and training, it gave me this confidence because I used to have, like, really bad anxiety. And so for me to combat that, the only way to do it is willingly put myself in a situation where I was like, well, shit, my anxiety is running high, so we're finna get it. And then it just stuck. And then now it's just something that I'll probably still train for the rest of my life. Like, even if I'm done fighting, I'm going to train forever. Like, I can't get enough of it because you'll never fully arrive, and it's something that you'll never, ever perfect. And that's something that I'm drawn to personally, is like I'm drawn to trying to like better myself in that way. And fighting taught me about life. It taught me like, I'm talking about anything and everything. Like, because there's certain moves I could never get. And then I just kept working at it and then I got it. So that's how I kind of found my passion was just, I just learned to love doing this shit. Like there's nothing that equates to that feeling. Like I could, like I was saying earlier, I could literally do this for the rest of my life and not be tired of it. Like, because nobody wants to get punched in the face for the rest of their life, bro. But I do.
I mean,
I like that.
I'm cool, man. I'll tell you. Like,
what about you, Ning? What is your passion? What is your passion?
I don't know, man. Fucking
making people laugh.
Making people laugh. I want to be I want to be somewhere in the entertainment business one day with either whether it's managing music artists. Remember, I did my little music management for that, that 1 year before I broke my arm and got lazy as fuck and got depressed. But I mean, I don't know. I think I'm gonna go back to school and just try to learn about business management, music production,
Well, I think you're one of the most creative people I've met, though, because you're good at anything creative. Yeah. I've noticed that anything like that involves creativity, like when you're making those videos.
I think I think what it, like I have a lot of ideas, but I just don't know how to put them down. You know what I'm saying? Like I like with this podcast or whatever, it was easy for me to make the idea and then just listen to somebody else's podcast and they had an ad and said, "Oh, okay, cool, I could do this." You know what I mean? Like,
and then we started talking.
Yeah. My wife bought me some, a set of turntables, and I started doing that. That was easy. Video editing.
Did you put your mixes out?
I put a new mix. I sent you a new mix. I just did a mix like last week. Oh no, yeah. The last mix I did was the Drunk Vibes.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, that was the last mix I did. I was gonna do one today, but I got lazy. Maybe I'll do one tomorrow.
Stop being lazy.
Yeah, I'm a piece of shit. But
you know what? No, hey, real shit though. I've because remember when I was going through when I got like kind of fat, like, I was still going to the gym like training, but I wasn't training like how I normally do.
I've been eting good, man. I'm fucking. I ate like 20 chicken wings for lunch for no fucking reason.
You fat motherfucker.
Bro, I just had chicken wings sitting out, and I was like, oh man, I gotta fucking eat some chicken wings. And bro, yeah, I'm fucking. You know what I like doing? I like cooking, bro. That's like, I think that's one of my passions for sure. It's like cooking.
Yeah, I know, because when we were living together,
bro, I used to cook all the time, man. I fucking love cooking loud food.
Steak and lobster.
Oh yeah. I'm terrible at cooking like seafood though, but like chicken, steak, fucking burgers, fucking my papaya salad, my fucking sticky rice and shit. You know that's
that shit was fire.
But you know what the thing is, I don't actually like cooking. I just like eating. You know what I'm saying? I like the end. I like the end product, man.
Yeah. This guy. Hey, what are the? I forgot their names, bro.
I gotta put out a cooking video. I've recorded hella cooking videos. I just haven't edited them yet.
Put them up. Hey, what are their passions?
Yeah.
People that.
Yeah.
Burgers and just
oh yeah, nah. Like I mean, like I'll cook a lot of so like I mean I'll cook wings and stuff, you know, like or like you know like ribs.
Already done.
No, it's not already done. Like no, it's all raw before I cook it. Yeah.
Just
like
Yeah, sauce, seasonings. Yeah.
Ask them what their passion is.
That's what I'm saying. Because basically, I mean, cooking like. Normally, you should make that seasoning. If there is a sauce, you should make it from the scratch. Because I've noticed that, like even like when Brandon cooks, he does this all the time. He brings like a sauce that is already like it's a ready one, put it on the chicken wings, and I did chicken wings. Okay.
Frank's Red Hot.
She goes as far as making the pasta sauce fresh. She doesn't buy the pasta sauce from the store.
That's easy.
She makes it fresh, the pasta sauce.
From tomatoes?
Like from whatever she does, she makes it fresh. She doesn't buy the sauce in the store, like the Prairie Goose sauce and all that.
Oh, what the fuck? Hey.
One second. It's not called fresh pasta if you don't make the sauce.
And that makes sense. Yeah.
What's her passion?
Even like chicken wings, for example, you should make like cut the parsley, make the black pepper, a little bit of ginger, and everything. Like that's.
I mean, I season it. Yeah, I put my seasonings on. I put my seasonings on for sure.
Chicken wings seasoning.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not chicken wings. Like salt, pepper, Lowry's. You know what I'm saying? Some black.
She was really impressed by all the processed food she saw when I took her to the commissary for the first time. Because in Morocco, everything's fresh. There's no processed food. You don't go buy processed food out there.
Yeah.
So I took her to the commissary. She saw everything in the box, some Lunchables and all that shit. What the fuck is this? So really
you can't do this.
Yo,
you can't do this.
I grew up on Lunchables. You can't talk shit on Lunchables. You can't talk shit on
Lunchables. Ain't even real meat.
Yeah. I know it's not real meat. Yo, I grew up on hot dogs, man. Hot dogs is shit, bro.
Vienna sausages and macaroni and cheese, bro.
Bro, that's my Vienna sausages and macaroni and cheese. Have you ever had it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh man, that's delicious.
Yeah. Wait, what are their passions? I've asked this like 5 times. What is her passion? And what is Brandon's passion?
What's your guys' passions here?
What's your passion?
I have some. Actually, I started answering this question lately. I've seen an exercise and that I loved so much. If you wanna know what is your passion, you gotta ask those baby questions. What do you enjoy doing every day? Actually, I always thought that I had some passions, like studying, whatever, blah, But then this is not how you answer this question, And then I discovered that I have a passion related to learning languages. I love languages so much. I enjoy cooking. Yeah. Cooking, I didn't know that because I grew up cooking because, when Brandon went to Morocco, he noticed that we cook all the time. We cook all the time. We eat all the time. And it's just great.
It's too much.
It's too much.
It's too much.
it's too much. Like really, you know.
Yeah. Got all the women in the corner, like seasoning the food and all that. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Yeah. And so yeah, I grew up watching this, and cooking is a passion. So if I would answer this question, it would be cooking, learning languages, and talking, like having those talk. You know,
that's dope.
It's really like we do enjoy that.
I definitely say cooking because you spend hours in front of the stove.
I love
it's
it.
amazing. It's like a grandma, you know, like the grandma's cooking. It's amazing.
Oh,
yeah, it's amazing. It's something special.
I need some of that in my life.
I do enjoy cooking, but as I told you, like, you know, it's all about answering those big questions. You know, what do you love doing? Like, if you spend, for example, 10 hours doing something, and you're not gonna be bored.
Watching South Park.
Yeah,
I'll watch TV all day. I'll listen to music.
Yeah.
So that's why I say I want to get into entertainment, because I'd say entertainment. I'd say entertainment would be like easily my passion, just because that's what I want. Like, you know, I want to. You know, I'm not a good drawer, but you know, maybe I could come up with an idea for a show, you know, or something. Like, I know me and the wife were talking about like a show idea, and it was so like everybody knows a person out there that like is a shitty human being.
Mm-hmm.
So like, let's say they're like super shitty at restaurants, right? Like let's say they're like, you know, super shitty people at restaurants, like they treat waiters like shit, right? So you would get this person and make them go be a waiter or a waitress for the day, you know, with those waiters and waitresses just acting super shitty towards them.
Yeah.
You know, to maybe try to change their point of view on it.
Don't they have a show something similar to that, Undercover Boss, right? Where it's the bosses go.
Yeah, or it's like a walk in my shoes or some shit like that.
Yeah.
But Undercover Boss is he works with the people, and like I thought he tries to come like kind of like discover what's going on the inside.
Yeah.
No, but what he was saying is like, you know, being the karma for those.
Like kind of like making like, you know, but you know, a show could be like, you know, like Karma or something. Yeah, like a, you know, a Karma type show, like, yo, like you're super shitty at fucking, you know, the movies or some. I don't fucking know, man, but like, I just know a lot of shitty people like at restaurants. It's usually restaurants, and I'm like, yo, how are you this much of an asshole to the person that's bringing you your food?
Yeah.
Like, why are you snapping at them and fucking, you know, being like, nah, like get the fuck out of my face.
Like,
like, you know, like, hey,
remember that one time when I went to eat with your family?
I hate this shit.
The
like,
waiter dude kept bumping me and shit.
At the waiter, I'm like, bro, like you're embarrassing. Like, what are you doing? I'm okay if you're like loud or like you're just making jokes and laughing super loud. That's okay, but like, yeah, just if you're being rude, like people that are just rude to like customer service.
No, but hey, do you remember that, T?
Which one?
When I was at when we went to eat at with your family, whatever. And the waiter,
and my dad was like
he told the dude not to come back no more.
My dad told the waiter, he said, hey, don't come back no more. But the waiter was acting like a dick. Like it was at a Chinese restaurant, but like.
Yeah, and he kept bumping me. Do you remember that?
Yeah, he kept bumping you, and then my dad was like, hey, don't come back no more.
Yeah.
I mean, he was sticking up. That's different. That wasn't being rude. He was just sticking up for you.
No, I'm talking about the other guy. I'm talking about the waiter. The waiter was rude.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, the waiter was rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, or you could have like waiters and waitresses sitting down and being customers and having rude ass fucking waiters, you know, and it'll change their fucking perspective. It's just there's a lot of shitty people in the world, and if there's like ways that you could fucking change their perspective somehow, you know, it's hard to change somebody that's set in their ways, you know.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, accept that.
Look at Congress. Look at them. Look at like all the laws that we've had now. Like we're going off of shit since 1970 something, and we haven't changed shit.
It's
really.
Fucking 50 years later. It's 50 years later, and we still have the same exact laws.
Yep.
I think the world should be ever changing forever. Like there's always something that could be better, and there's always something that like somebody's gonna be able to complain about.
Exactly.
Sam. Nothing's ever gonna be perfect, but
that's
I think that's the good thing. I think it's good that nothing's ever gonna be perfect. You know?
No, that's why I keep it real simple.
What is perfect for you?
My shit is simple. I just like to fight. Just keep it simple like that, because I know what you finna do. You know what I'm finna do. There's no bullshit. Like the dude Gokhan Saki said it the best. He said the reason why he loves fighting so much is because there's no BS behind it. Because you know that person's gonna try to hurt you, and then you're gonna try to hurt him, and that's it. You both know what y'all finna do. But if you go into life, your best friend can stab you in the back, and you wouldn't even know. Like somebody could smile on your face, but have the worst intentions for you ever. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks.
That's why I like doing what I do, because I like to keep it simple. You can call me Simple Jack, dog, because I don't like to do nothing else besides just go up in there and be like, all right, look, we finna do this. And then that's it. And then go home. That's all I really want to do, man.
I miss fighting, man. I miss.
I think, you know what? The other thing I think, though, I think people are afraid to find their passions because they're afraid of getting ridiculed. Because I noticed a lot of guys that
it's the fear of rejection, man. It's the fear of rejection at the end of the day. Like
that too, or the fear of failing. Like some people are so afraid of they're so afraid to try because they think they're gonna fail. And like my advice to those people who think that they're gonna fail, fuck it. That's the only time you learn. Like, cause I failed at so much shit. I got losses on my record, and those are technically like failures. Because like I could have easily beat the shit out of a lot of them cats, but I lost. You know, they won. Plain and simple. But I still keep doing this shit. Like I could have 100 losses on this thing on my record, and I still would do this because this is something that I thoroughly enjoy. Like, and I can get knocked out in front of my friends and family. Like my family would be there. You know, I've had some fights that should have went the other way, but I lost. You know what I'm saying? In front of friends and family, that shit sucks. All these people are watching you to go out there and then you don't perform. So
look at
my advice is just to keep tugging at it. Just it don't matter win, lose, or draw. As long as you do something with your life, like your passion, as long as you follow it, that's a win. Because a lot of people don't have the balls to do it because they'll just be like, or they'll try it for a little bit, then they realize how hard it is, and then they're like, no, I don't want to do this anymore, and then they'll go do something else a little bit easier. I think through the obstacle is the way. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the adversity is, that's the way you're supposed to go. Like, don't do anything easy and quick. Like for us when we started this podcast, yeah, it was hard because nigga, we didn't know what we were gonna talk about. We didn't know how this shit was
a month, bro.
Bugging at it. You know what I'm
hard,
saying?
Man. This is gonna take years of dedication.
That's what I'm saying. But that's the point I'm making is just do it.
Yeah.
Like the Nike swoosh, just do the shit. Like don't listen to what other people say because I've had it for many times. Like you need to be around people that's gonna help support you in your vision. Like I've had my family members and people tell me, you know, that I wasn't gonna do this, I wasn't gonna make it, I wasn't going to do the things that I wanted to do because they was like, oh, it's gonna be too hard, Millie. You can get hurt doing this. This is not, you know, maybe you should try something else because they're looking out for me because they love me so much. They're just like trying to make sure that I do something else. Like, I don't want to see you get hurt, do this. But in my mind, I'm like, fuck that. This is what I want to do. Like, and so that's the part about following your passion where I think a lot of people kind of like fall short. They'll listen to what other people say and then I'm like, I have a great idea. But then somebody will tell them, no, don't do that. You're not going to do well. And then they fail. Because a lot of people they don't want to see you do better than themselves. So they keep you at a certain keel. They'll be like, do it, but don't do it. You know what I mean? So if anybody following their passions, just do the shit. Regardless of what anybody say, just fucking do it because you never know what the fuck's gonna happen. So that's my little tidbit. That's my little 2 cents.
Yeah, I mean sometimes you are afraid from like achieving what you want to do, what you want to achieve and everything. But I mean you are lucky enough to know what do you really want.
Yeah.
Sometimes we are lost in the details of the day that we don't even ask this question, you understand? We just do whatever we see right to do a moment like
Mm-hmm.
You go to school, for example, like, what is the next step? Just to succeed this year, next year, get your high school degree for us, baccalaureate. And after that, like, you continue your studies or whatever, you decide to work or not. But you just don't ask this question, what is my passion, because believe me, by definition, the passion is something you are more than in love with, but passionate about. It's a higher degree of love, by definition. Yeah. So imagine spending your time doing something you're passionate about, So I don't think there is anyone that would be afraid about their passion, because your passion is the thing that you find the easiest thing ever. You're doing it. You're doing it like effortlessly. Imagine spending your time doing something you love, and you do no effort, and you succeed doing it. Everybody wants that, but who asks this question on the right moments? And sometimes you do even not know the answer. You understand? Like today, I would say like, you know, my passion is cooking. All right. I'm not talking about me, myself, you know, whatever, a person, you know, this person loves cooking. But what if this person has a degree in, I don't know, in a medical degree, is a surgeon, for example? It's not going to change her vocation to be a cook. Believe me.
No,
you just know what I'm talking about. Because
yeah.
the life drove this person, like, you know, to another, to another way. So, I mean, answering the question of what is your passion is the real challenge. And what is more challenging is answering it on the right timing. Because if you answer it after you went, like, you know, 1,000 miles in another path, then it's gonna be very hard to start from the scratch, you know? But if, for example, today you love fighting, right? Imagine your father didn't take this decision of showing you something at that right timing at this moment. Imagine that, all right? And today, all what you know is being a nerd, all right? Studying or doing something. You understand? Yeah. Imagine that. It happens. Believe me, there are so many people that did that, you know? They had some controlling parents, you know? And they went to school. All what they did is just studying, and all of a sudden they woke up having a degree, but they didn't learn how to fight. They didn't learn, they don't have the tools to do that, you know? And they are 40 years. All right. And then you ask them, what is your passion?
True.
Believe me, it's not going to be fighting at that time. They're going to be lost in the question. So it's, you know, the details, the routine of life takes us very far from what we should, you know, think about. And you can't blame on anyone, because even the parents, you know, they are lost in their things, you know. They should give a nice living to their kids. They should, they are somewhere else. You understand? To ask them this question: what is your passion? You know, imagine yourself. You have a kid, for example, who would tell you, "I have my passion is cooking," for example, while he is 6 years old. Go to your school. You definitely will not take the decision to give him, for example, I don't know, to decide for him to take like a home school or whatever. You're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. And it might help him. You know, it's not answering the question itself is more complicated than we might think. You know, it's very it's very hard. I don't know. That's how I see it.
That's introspective, because normally, like, I think maybe that's a transition from like how it is over here in like the West, like how we think, because in like America it's always a final destination. Like, there's always like an end result. You know what I'm saying? Like Americans, they're always like because it goes into like how they do with religion. Like the end result for their religion is like heaven or something. They're always looking for like the end result and not looking at the realness of it, like what you really want to do or whatever. They're just like, okay, so I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get a degree, then I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do this. It's like the next step, and they don't ever look at like the realness of like the moment. Because like in Eastern philosophy, it's more the moment and being is like being ever present, instead of just going like, no, I'm gonna do this now. This is what I'm looking for at the end. You know what I'm saying? So that's actually a pretty good point. Like, she's asking the right question at the right moment, because I don't know what I would do now. Now she got me thinking like, what would I do if I didn't fight? Like, I don't know what I would do. Like, I don't know.
So I think
that's all I've ever wanted to do, and all I've known.
They were concentrated somewhere else.
So what I think with like finding your passion, it's not if you kind of broaden up your aspect, like, okay, you know, you love fighting now, but let's say, I don't know, your fucking leg gets cut off at a construction site or something like that, you know, like something super, you know, crazy happens. Does that mean that your passion's not fighting no more? Your passion might still be fighting. You might just need to broaden your aspect and say, okay, well, I can't fight anymore. Maybe I can be a coach. Maybe I could be a
I would do that. Like, I'll still always
be a referee. Maybe I could be a commentator. You know what I'm saying? Like there's you can broaden your aspect of your passion. Okay, you like cooking, but chefs don't make that much money. Maybe you could make the menu and go open up your own restaurant. You know what I'm saying? You know, come up with all the ingredients. You know, you like
Okay.
you like TV, but you're not a good actor. You're not good looking. Okay, well maybe you can go manage artists, or maybe you can go create your own TV show. Maybe you can come up with your own ideas. You know, it's all about broadening the aspect of what your passion is. You know, let's say like clothing. Maybe you don't have good ideas on what looks good, but you know how to fucking sew clothes. You know, maybe you go be a clothes maker. You know, you go make you go make like what's that shit called, like a cobbler or whatever. You know, maybe you go do that, but like you're creating your business. Like it's all about broadening your aspect of your passion. You know, you might not be able to get in on this lane, but you might be able to get in on that lane, but you're still in that general vicinity of what you want to do or what you love doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
That's real shit.
Yeah. I think
that's
it's
deep.
Yeah. It comes
That's true facts.
And even when you love something, basically you don't, when you ask yourself like the right question, again, if we get back to that to that thing, he's asking the right question. You know, I don't believe that if you find your real passion, you wouldn't have the tools to do it. You understand?
Yeah.
Because basically we always love what we are good at, what we do without efforts. You know, again, we'll go to this idea of baby thoughts. You know, you guys remember when you were at the primary school? You know, try to get the memories. Your favorite subject is the one that you found easy.
Yeah.
You were doing everybody was struggling, and you were doing it with like effortlessly. That was your favorite.
Yeah.
Gym class.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah, that was math for me.
Oh, for me too. It was math, definitely. Like, you know.
Yeah, I think it's the Asianness in it made me math.
And everybody was doing like a lot of effort, and then you do it. That's what I'm saying. Your passion is the thing that you have the tools like naturally. You're just talented in them. You understand? Yeah. You know. Now you said like, you know, what if I'm not fighting? What would I do if I didn't learn how to fight? Then it should drive you to another question. Maybe you have another passion that you just like, you know, you've been just concentrated on something.
Television.
Yeah. Maybe. You know, it's that's what I'm saying. Like, it's really, really, really hard to go through that. Like, you know, for me, for example, I did my studies. I had my bachelor degree. After that, my master's degree, and I always loved marketing. And you know, I always loved marketing and everything. And you would ask me, what do you want to do? I mean, I worked for some multinational companies, and it was amazing. I'm good at that, but I was working so hard to get it. You understand? And even in Morocco, like in some years, I was even like one of the first. I got a GPA of one of the first people like in Morocco. You know, I was really, really. I was a nerd at school.
Yeah, nerds rule. What's up?
But today, like when you ask me, I was just wasting some time, like far away from what I love doing. You know. Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. But if I gave this 28 years of my life, if I gave those years to something I'm doing effortlessly, because literally I learned a language in less than 8 months.
Damn.
Oh yeah, English. My first word in English was when I was 15 years old, you know, and I did that in less than 8 months. And I was doing English just twice a week. Each and every time it's just 1 hour and a half. And I was in my high school, so I was really, really concentrated on my studies. I was not, you know, I was doing it effortlessly, really effortlessly. What if I gave those 28 years to this?
Yeah, you would know a lot of languages.
You know?
Polylingual.
Yeah. I'm not I'm not complaining today. I'm not speaking only one language, you know, I'm speaking few of them, but it could have been better. It could have been better. That's why, like, you know, we shouldn't just, and we shouldn't say, no, now it's late. Just let's keep asking the questions. Lately, I just remembered that I love trekking. Like, you know, my family, like the roots of my family belong to a place called Eit Bouguemez. It's in the high Atlas of Morocco. And I used to go there and spend like 6-7 hours trekking, you know? And lately, when I started asking this question, I could have been something good at that. I could have done something amazing at that.
What's trekking?
Trekking, actually, like going, climbing the mountains.
Hiking.
Okay.
Yeah. You know? And I totally forgot about that. Because again, we are lost in the details of life. You know?
Mind blown. What the fuck?
Yeah.
No, because I swear, dude, because I've always had like, I just had like a one-track mind. Like I knew like this is what I want to do. This is how I was gonna do it. I didn't care about what else was gonna happen. Like I've given myself. I've been in this game for about like years, and I got another 10 or 15 left.
Yeah.
And that's all I thought about. Like I don't think about nothing else. Like as T, that's all I've thought about. That's all I've ever said. I'm like, I'm just gonna fight and beat people up, or I'm gonna get beat up.
Yeah.
And that's all I've ever thought about. Like, and then now I'm like, do I have other passions? You know? And like now I gotta think about it.
Yo,
because I'm a pretty good artist. Like I'm pretty good at drawing.
Yeah, you could have been something amazing, something like you don't, you know, now you train to be a great fighter or whatever, you know, you are training so hard, you're doing a lot of efforts. Definitely there's something else, like you don't do any efforts in it. And also there's one thing, look, I do believe in that the universe, each and everyone might call it whatever they want, right? I believe that the universe is fair. Yeah. Some people call it God, some people call it the energy, some people whatever. I would say that the universe is fair, you know? The universe would give you a talent in something that you know on your own. You don't need anyone to show it to you. You understand? You know, you are talented and this talent is on you. That's how new passions are developed. That's how new jobs are developed. You understand? Because now you've been talking about like, what if you love fashion, but your taste sucks? Like, you know, you're not good at that. You might do something else. You understand?
Yeah.
Just follow your passion. And baby answers, again, just baby answers. You don't answer like, you know, I love being a politician. A baby would never tell you a politician, you know?
Yeah.
A baby will tell you, I love arguing, like being against people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, you know?
Noise. I like doing stuff.
Yeah, for example.
I like my toys.
Yeah. It will tell you, I love just running. I love being noisy. I love, you know, just baby thoughts, baby answers, and it will lead you. Because if you answer the baby answers, it would not tell you fashion. A baby cannot say fashion, you know? A baby would say colors.
Yeah, I like my clothes.
Yeah, I love clothes. I love, like, you know, taking those clothes and changing them and matching the colors and everything. That's what a baby would say, you know. And at this time, you wouldn't suck in fashion.
Okay. Makes sense.
You know.
Think about that.
I'm about to go to my gym today. I'm about to go to practice and tell everybody, what is your passion? What is it right now? I'm gonna ask.
Yeah. What do you enjoy doing? No, don't ask it. What is your passion is a grown-up question. All right. Just let's lead ourselves like that, you know. What do I enjoy doing? Like, you know, when I wake up, for example, for me, you're not going to change the coffee by anything else in the world. I love coffee, you know. This is the first thing I'm gonna do. All right. So yeah, I enjoy. Imagine I find a job, like, you know, drinking coffee. When drinking coffee is the main activity, you know, I will be the happiest, man.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So look for the thing, the action itself that makes you happy. The action, just don't make it like an existing job, you know, like a lawyer or whatever, a judge or no. My passion is a small thing: watching video games, playing video games, running.
I like playing video games.
You understand?
I do that with my downtime.
You know, and then you start digging deep. You're going to find like 100 of them, by the way.
Yeah.
Not only one passion, you know, some like the things that you enjoy spending time doing. You're gonna find a lot of them, and then you start building. What I love more than the others, and what can be générateur de bien. How do I say that? What can generate a benefit out of it? You understand?
What you can monetize. Okay.
Yeah. You know.
So take the money out first.
Mm-hmm.
And then,
yes.
Yeah, at first, like don't. Like at first, it's all good. All right. Yeah, at first, take the money out, and then after that, then you can put your, just find your real passion, and then after I find out what that is, all right, now how can I make money off it?
Yeah, exactly. Because you're gonna find like tons of them, not only one. Believe me.
I can make money doing this.
Yeah. Like, what would you be doing even if you weren't getting paid for it? You'd still be doing it regardless.
Oh yeah, because if you find it, that's amazing. You're going to find a way to get out of work in order to go and do whatever you love doing. You know.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
makes a lot of sense. What about you, Brandon? What's your would be let's see, let me what would be your passion?
This is listening. His passion is listening.
I'm looking it all in.
Yeah.
I'm
man, you get quiet over there.
I'm not much of an exciting person. I guess my passion is just playing video games.
Yeah. Just playing video
games. What kind of video games do you like to play?
Let's see, like storyline games. That's why I'm a PlayStation. You know, Last of Us.
Yeah,
so Uncharted.
Yeah.
Oh, hey.
Things like
I just got done playing. What is it? The Fallen Order.
Okay. The Star Wars. Yeah. That's good.
I just finished The Amazing Spider-Man. Finished everything from that.
Yeah, that's cool. What do you got? A PS5 or PS4 or Xbox?
Yeah, I got a PS4.
Okay, good. You gonna get the PS5?
Yes.
What'd you think of the reveal?
When I saw it, I actually like the color scheme of it, but it reminded me of the Audi, like the BMW, the white BMW.
Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of. But then I think they're putting too much into the graphics personally, because our eyes can't really differentiate from that. But hopefully the gameplay and the storage is a little bit different, because like when they did the reveal for the Amazing Spider-Man with Miles Morales, I was actually pretty blown away by that, because it's open world, but I feel like they're putting too much detail in it being too realistic, and I'm hoping that the storylines are like up to par.
Yeah, what I'm thinking is they're announcing that as an expansion for the Spider-Man game. It's not an actual new game. Are you getting the same impression?
Yeah.
So
because I think they're supposed to carry off of because of the Amazing Spider-Man story that they did, because they did what they did with what they do. They did Black Cat in there. Then they did the thing with the Hammerhead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're supposed to carry on the storyline from
the
PS4.
Just an add-on then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's supposed to carry on to that one.
Yeah.
I think Miles should have his own game personally, because I mean the comic character and Miles' story is pretty awesome. I think they should go more into that. Me personally, because then you can go to the Spider-Verse and you can go into so many different levels with that than what they did with Peter Parker. Because I think with every Spider-Man game that they did with Peter Parker was kind of like they've already touched everything that you're supposed to do. Now I think they need a new.
They just keep remaking the same thing, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but the Into the Spider-Verse movie that came out a couple years back, a year and a half back, that was actually really good.
That was one of my favorite ones. I think that's the best Spider-Man movie that they did, besides like the Amazing Spider-Man and Spider-Man 1, 2, 3, like all of them. I think the Spider-Verse was the best one because I think it was more relatable.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it made the character more like you really felt for Miles. I think personally.
Yeah, well, they're going that route. You know, they're going to he's gonna end up taking over the crown. You know, so and being Spider-Man, so that's good. Yeah, I mean, I'm excited for the system to come out. So we'll just wait till December. I'll probably get the second round of it that comes out because just to make sure there's nothing. The first one not to get sent back.
I don't want to get it when it first came out.
What's that?
Remember how they do that with the first PS4 when they first came out? Like everybody bought them, and then they're like, no, you gotta go wait for the Pro. Wait for the Pro.
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna wait for that one.
Well, the next one's going to come out. It's going to be half the size. You already know that's coming. Because this one it's a nice system, but it's big. It's a giant router basically. So probably about a year and a half, they're going to bring out one, the PS5 Slim. It's going to be half the size. It's going to have a little Miles Morales special edition or something.
Hardware.
Yeah. But I'm still going to get it. I'm still going to get probably the March or April. On that time, I'm going to pick it up. Yeah.
But did you see the Last of Us that they're
of course
doing on there too? Is it Until Dawn that they did?
No, The Last of Us comes out April 19th in a couple more days.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, I need to get on that one.
I mean, you only have a couple more big PlayStation titles coming out between now and December, and you have The Last of Us and the Ghost of Tsushima. Those are your
that's what I really want
titles coming out.
Ghost of Tsushima, what's that?
It's a Japanese hack and slash game. I think it's I never played the first one, but I guess this one's like kind of you just go around
and then this is what's his name's first game, the one that the dude who made Metal Gear Solid.
Okay.
Oh.
This is his second game because he did what was it? Dead Rising. That was the first game that he did by himself independently, and then this one, the Ghost of Tsushima, is his next game that he's doing. That's his second game that he did because the Metal Gear franchise. It was like one of the greatest franchises of all time, besides Final Fantasy. I think it comes in second to Final Fantasy, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, so this is he's branching out and trying to do a different storyline game because I think he's like the best story writer in video games right now.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's come up with some crazy shit where like you feel like you're watching the damn movie, like you're playing the game, but you're like, I can't get off of it. Like you get sucked into it like forever. You're like, oh my god.
What's that game that just came out with the guy from The Walking Dead? That was
Oh, that's Dead Rising.
Was it Dead Rising? I'm thinking of something different.
No. Nah, Dead Rising.
I was talking about when they had like the baby or whatever, and then like he can like put the stuff on his back and like.
Yeah, that wasn't Dead Rising, but I thought that was from the same creator as Metal Gear Solid. Am I wrong about it or?
No, that's him.
That's him. Okay. Yeah. That's
I got like Days Gone. You heard of that?
Days Gone.
Yeah, Days Gone.
Is it Days Gone?
It's not Days Gone. Days Gone's when you play the dude on the motorcycle.
Yeah, the motorcycle guy. Yeah, I got that game.
The guy that played the voice of that guy, he actually died in real life like a few weeks back.
The Days Gone guy?
The Days Gone, the main voice, yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah. That was a good game, though.
That game was fun, especially when you have all the zombies coming to chase you and you can, like, what's that? You have, like, the horde thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, one of my homeboys would play that shit all day long on mission. That was his game.
The game's addicting. That's like with me and Metal Gear Solid, bro. I've beaten every Metal Gear Solid, and I will never get tired of it. I just can't. The only one I won't play is Rising because I think that one was stupid. I've already beat it though because I had to.
Rising?
I had to beat all.
Like a zombie version of Metal Gear Solid or something, or no, or much of it.
What Days Gone?
Nah, you said There's a Metal Gear Solid Rising.
Yeah.
Oh, I ain't heard of that.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to remember the name of the video game that the guy just came out from The Walking Dead. I didn't like it, but Death Stranding, that was it. Death Stranding.
Oh, Death Stranding. That's okay.
I played about 3 hours of gameplay and I just stopped. It was it's a
really
slow
repetitive.
game. The graphics are good, but to me it was too slow. There's really nothing going on.
You're gonna walk in and put the thing on your back. Walk and put the thing on your back. Walk.
Yeah.
And then you have to like touch those things that are. You don't even know what they are. Like, what are those things? I still don't know what they are. Like they're like little ghost things that touch you, but then it slows down time or like it speeds it up, something like that, and then you die. Yeah. Then you come back by a little baby, like you get a little baby that's in like a little jar thing, and like, that shit was tripping me out. I was like, bro, what is going on?
Yeah. They had a little special edition motorcycle on Days Gone of that motorcycle with the little baby in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy. I was like, bro, what is that thing?
But the graphics are good, though,
Yeah, the graphics was amazing. I felt like I was watching a movie.
Yeah.
I've watched it online, though. What I do is, like, sometimes if I can't get into the game, I'll watch they'll make the cinematic little version of it, then I'll just watch that. They'll do all the cutscenes, and I'll watch that instead, and I'm like, okay. So it's just like another movie. But video games now, they're not like video games like back in the day. Like video games before were just like play with the homies and you can do that. Now they're coming out with like full length like
Movie.
they're like feature films in the damn game. Like and that's what's blowing my mind because I remember it went from Super Nintendo with Mario and then like the Sega Genesis didn't really have a good storyline. You're just mashing buttons like you gotta die, and then now you're like you gotta pay attention to stuff and you gotta be like, oh my god, like video games are like an alternate reality now. You get so sucked into that shit. I played Star Wars yesterday. I played that for like 4 hours, and I was like, "Oh damn, I gotta go to sleep. I got practice tomorrow."
Well, they got
Star Wars. I was just like, "Huh?"
They got Battlefield for free right now on the PlayStation Store. It's a pretty good game. I downloaded that. I never played with the second Was it Battlefront 2? That's good.
Oh yeah, the Star Wars. Yeah. I'm on that all the time.
Yeah,
I log in about a couple hours on that too.
Yeah, it's good.
I like the first one. I like the first Battlefront, and then this one was pretty legit. This one was pretty cool because you get to use like Yoda.
Yeah,
and,
I played the
Darth
first
Maul
Battlefront on PlayStation Vita.
Yeah.
Remember that system, the PlayStation Vita? No one even talks about that anymore.
Way ahead of this.
Yeah, wait, tell me, I got one. Hold on.
PSP was.
I got a PSP. Never mind. I got a PSP right now. Hold on, let me see.
You ever play any like the fighting games?
Like which ones?
Like Fight Night, Mortal Kombat,
Mortal
Def
Kombat,
Jam.
yeah, of course.
Oh no, don't.
There you go.
Oh hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's my shit right there. With the.
Oh wait, you're a Mortal Kombat player? Don't play with me. I'm gonna get your gamer tag. I'm gonna play you.
All right.
You already know I'm about Mortal Kombat.
I know you are, T. Wait, do you have 11?
You already know I'm about Mortal Kombat. Like any fighting game, I'll play all day long. Yeah.
Same here, and I'll whoop your ass.
I'm really waiting for a new Fight Night to come out. That's what
it's supposed to come out in 2022.
So with the next gen system, then that's gonna be good.
They've been saying that.
Yeah, because they're taking out. So the reason why there wasn't been a Fight Night is because EA made a contract with the UFC and they had to pump out like 4 or 5 games. And now that they're on the last installment of their games, they're gonna go back to Fight Night because Fight Night sold more than the UFC games.
The UFC game is trash.
And so that's
terrible.
Dana White monetized that real quick and was like, no, I want this amount, and so that's why they were only pushing the Fight Night games. I mean, they're pushing the ESPN, the MMA games.
Yeah, I would love like
trash balls.
Yeah, Fight Night Champion was like the best like boxing game, and they haven't came out with a good boxing game since. Like the whole PS4 generation, there was no fighting games, and that shit kind of pissed me off.
Yep.
The last fighting game I played was Mike Tyson's Punch Out on Nintendo.
God damn, that's a long. That's a long time ago.
Yeah, that's still the best fighting game though.
Yeah. No, the best fighting game of all time is Street Fighter. Don't at me. That is the best one of all time.
I didn't realize how much skill came in with Street Fighter.
I'm talking about like boxing games, like UFC
boxing games.
Yeah, the boxing. Yeah, but I mean fighting games, Mortal Kombat.
Oh yeah. But I remember Knockout Kings. Remember Knockout Kings?
Street Fighter has so much. Yeah. There's so much skill level that goes into Street Fighter. You don't think about it, and then you play with somebody that's actually good.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my god, there's a lot of skill in this. Tekken too.
Yeah. I was trying to get into these tournaments over here. Like I've been playing Mortal Kombat really heavy, and I'm in like the Combat League, and that stuff takes forever because now like before there was no frame data in like the 2D fighting games. There wasn't frame data, and then now I'm like there's frame data that you have to factor in. You gotta like people's moves. It's so much shit now, and then I'm like, dude, what happens to it just being a button mash? Like I miss it being a button mash. I can spam A forever, but now I gotta like go on YouTube, look at tutorials and shit, and like really study the gameplay, study how people play them, and like it feels like a full-time fucking job being good at video games. Like video games used to be fun. You could like settle disputes like with people like, hey man, look, play me on the sticks. We'll handle it like this. Now you gotta like, look, I gotta do a homework assignment. I gotta write a 1,000-page essay on how to use this character, why I use this character.
It's facts, man.
I mean, have you went back and played some of those old games you used to play when we were kids? At least on like Nintendo, Super Nintendo, Sega Genesis. Like those games are hard. You know,
bro. What? I literally would do that. Okay, we was playing Super Mario Kart on 64 at my sister's house when I went back to Michigan.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that game being a lot easier, or maybe I was really good at that game back in the day. I play that shit now. I almost broke the damn controller like 5 times. I was getting so frustrated. I was like, bro,
I got my 64.
This game is not this hard.
It's not because now you
but
have
it was
more,
so hard.
Tools, more technology that you are doing it the easy way.
The simple
you know?
ABB is just it's different now. It's hard.
You know? Man, what I was like, because or then what was the other game that was really like difficult? We were playing what was that shit? Mario Party. We were playing Mario Party.
Oh,
that shit was hard too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, man, because now I'm thinking like I played a lot of video games. I got a couple systems. Like I got a Nintendo Switch. I got a PS4. And like, I remember these games. You know what I'm saying? I remember how to play them. But then like the Super Nintendo and Super Mario, especially Mario 64 is dumbass hard. I beat that game as a kid like 5 times.
Yeah.
Now I tried to play it. I couldn't even get a damn star. I was like, bro. It took me 30 minutes to get 1 star. And I was like, I should get like 5 in this amount of time. Like, oh my God, it was so hard. Now I'm thinking about it. I hate that 64 now.
You know what game was super hard when I was a kid was Donkey Kong 64.
Oh, Donkey Kong.
Yes, what
Donkey
the
Kong
fuck? That
was
shit's
so
hard.
Because I had a Super Nintendo and I had Donkey Kong Country, and then I went straight up from the Super Nintendo to the Donkey Kong 64, and you have like that little C stick. Or no, that was the GameCube. But yeah, you got the little joystick on the 64 already, and it was so much different. You got the L and R button at that point.
Yeah, then the Z in the back.
Yeah, I had a Rumble Pack. Fuck.
Yep. Everybody had to have that shit. I remember that. God damn.
It's so different, man.
Everything's digital now too. Because remember how you had to blow into the game to get it to work?
You weren't supposed to. Apparently, you weren't supposed to.
That's how you made it work, though.
Yeah, that was the only way to work. You'd have to slap the game in.
Yeah, hella hard, and then you hit it, and then you look and be like, oh.
Yeah.
Or like, remember with the PlayStation when you like the loading screen for the PlayStation 2, like you didn't know if it was gonna work or not. You had to like a couple seconds, like, and then show the PS2.
I slapped all my game systems. You slap it,
all
it works.
Every last one.
Everything, even the TVs.
Yeah, TV, jukebox. Everything.
You gotta hit the side. Yeah.
The more you slap it.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Hey T, I gotta cut this short, bro. I got a jet. I gotta get ready to go to practice. I didn't realize what time it was.
All right, man. Well, everybody, thanks for listening. Like, share, subscribe. Be easy. Stay safe, man. Later, bro.
Peace out. Hey, get Brandon's gamer tag for me. Cause I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna play him in Mortal Kombat and you too.
I'll hit you on WhatsApp.
This guy crazy. DIZGUI crazy. This guy crazy.
I'm Satan _ Eskedit.
I'll write it to him.
Yeah. Okay. I'll send it to you through WhatsApp.
All right, bro. I got a jet though.
All right, be easy, man. Stay safe.
You too.